we gotta go ahead and take off this whole tailgate right here.
Why?
Why? Because we gotta get ready to paint it, that's why. So, next day, and here goes the tailgate. It's completely all dried up and whatnot. Mr. Dollars is not here. What I gotta do is I gotta go ahead and peel off all this plastic and then get ready to throw on some of the trims over here that I got laying on this little pot here. And pretty much get ready to put all the trims back on. Emblems, not yet, not yet. We're not gonna put the emblems back on yet. All I'm gonna do right now is just gonna prep it up to pretty much put the spoiler back on. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So. So here's that Explorer actually. Let me bring it a little bit closer so you can see this. Alright, so here goes. This actually looks real good. Look at that. It changes up depending on where the light hits it at. But yeah, it looks good. It looks very nice and immaculate. How did I have it? Clip on there. That one. This is all set, ready to go. Now it's that time to go ahead and get that wiring in. ASAP, let's go right now. Let's go, let's go. Is on its way, so he can help me put this on the car because I need to get this at least on the car and whatnot. So, and I can't do it alone because you guys already seen what happened when I did this, when I flipped this around on my own. I mean, I had the strength to, but there's scuffs and whatnot here and there because of course the paint is not fully dried. It hasn't fully cured. So now I got pretty much little scrapes here and there, but you know what? It is what it is. I will just fill those in later on. It doesn't matter, honestly. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this aside and then bring in the Explorer as far back as possible so I can at least close the garage door because it is cold as shit outside. It's very cold. Let me go ahead and at least get started so then once he comes, it's going to be an easy throw on and then he can go run off and do whatever he needs to do. Alright, so let's get this going. Alright, so Mr. Dallas came to my rescue and he went ahead and helped me put this tailgate back on here. But this thing does need alignment still, but I'm just gonna go ahead and save that for another time because I do have to go ahead and use this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get what
I know I didn't give you guys a complete preview of how the tailgate looks after the paint job, but you know what? Unfortunately, we're gonna have to set that stuff aside. Here, we got ourselves a new build job task, whatever you want to call it. So that's what we're gonna get into. And as you can see here, I'm changing out the battery so we can get this car moving around ASAP. You know, we at least need it to run, and that's what it's gonna do. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Savage X, where we do random car stuff. And on today's video, we're going to be working on something that I've always wanted to actually get into. But with that being said, we do have a lot of work on our hands. We weren't supposed to show them, yeah.
All right.
But we do have a lot of work.
At least they'll know.
It's okay.
This is the before.
Yeah, okay, all right.
You'll see the after.
Yes, you'll see the after, but this is what we're working with. We got a lot of work to work on right here.
And before you continue, I just got to remind everybody, this car right here, we were in space. That's why the chair is floating. Now we're back down. The chair is still floating for some odd reason. We'll get it back down. All right? We'll get it back down.
Yeah, so anyways, we do have a lot of work to get started on, such as mostly we want to get this car up and running, because right now we do have the situation where the whole suspension is completely mangled up. Okay, so we have the axle that's completely, torn out of its spot. And then we've got the lower control arm that just got completely snapped off, and here's the other half of it. And we do have a bent stabilizer link on the side over here, which I'm also gonna change that. We do have to change out a strut. And for suspension, we're gonna be completely all set.
It's a strut. Oh, wowzers.
Yes, sir, the strut is here.
That's just sexy, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Look at that thing. What we're gonna go ahead and do is get this suspension all put in so then we can at least roll this car around however we need, turn it, move it. But first of all, first is first, what we do need to get done is we need to access the strut tower in order to remove the strut itself. So
shouldn't be too hard, right?
it shouldn't be too hard. But then of course I put in a new battery. It's already all set, good to go. All right. I'm gonna have to break this grill off.
The whole grill. You're gonna need a new grill.
Yeah, either way, this grill is done. We're gonna let there be light.
Okay. I mean, that's why I'm here.
Man, get the hell out of here.
Don't call me Jesus, though. I'm gonna go to hell.
Nah, that's your forehead.
Bro, he had his hair literally all over up front, so you ain't see it. You probably didn't know he used emo. It's crazy.
There goes that V6.
That's a very big V6. I ain't gonna get it.
It's literally the same one on the charger.
I don't know.
We're gonna remove this hood and just get it out of the way. Make it easier to work with everything else on here. Alrighty then, the hood is off. Now we can go ahead and get started with the suspension components. All right, so we pretty much got all the suspension components taken out, the ones that were broken. So lower control arm, the strut, and of course the axle, along with, we're forgetting one more.
Stabilizer link.
Yes, the stabilizer link. But with that being said, we got pretty much the new one already in there. The new strut is already in there, ready to roll. Stabilizer link on there, all set. All right, axle right on in there. There you go. All right, and then of course the lower control arm. It's all in there. That aluminum body go. So what we're gonna do is right now throw in the wheel and then just drop it and roll it back and forth, drive it back and forth. See how it goes. If it makes any noises. If our part here in the suspension is all set, we're good to go. But if something is off, we're gonna have to work around it. We're gonna have to correct it. All right. So let's just go ahead and put the wheel back on and then drop this thing, move all these tools, put them back. All right, so here we are. Car is already lowered completely. Before, what was happening was this was pretty much hugging up on the wheel. So now that the suspension components are all in, now it actually sits. I'll show you guys a picture of how it was sitting before we took care of this, but it was ridiculous. It was bad. Just so these wires don't get chopped up, and we got a lot more to work on our hands.
I've never seen anyone do it like that.
Alright. Okay, those are tucked in. And there she is! She's lit up like a Christmas tree.
Okay.
Parking sensors are working. All systems go. Check these tints out.
20% all around. Look at this. My lord. All blacked out. Rims blacked out. And the last thing that is black, the man himself. Oh, let's not forget. This is your Yondra. If you don't know what a Yondra is, that's a Yondra.
Alright, so here it goes. Out in the wild. All mashed up, smushed up. Oh, smushed up, but you know what? Still looking good. Still looking good, still running good. Everything is good to go. Well, we're gonna get this thing up and running perfectly, beautifully. Oh yeah.
You're good.